Hi there, my name's Andy Young and I'm one of the automotive lecturers down at Unitech in Auckland, New Zealand, and welcome to my Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now, for those of you that are familiar with my videos, you will notice a very different background. This is the other garage. So welcome to our other garage, and this is where we tend to store most of our toys. And it just happens now, we've got a bit of free space, and I thought I'd give this a go just for the monthly reviews. And this is the August up and coming, and what really happened in July, just to fill you in, because really all the other videos that I do are just showing you how to take stuff apart, fix them and that kind of thing. It doesn't really give you much of a background as to the whole picture. And I thought we'd start doing that. So really, what happened during July 2006? Well, the big one was we pulled the Wrathful apart. We took the engine and gearbox out, which had to come out from underneath, and we did all the engine measurements, and there was a great swathe of videos that I did on each of the engine measurements, all the various checks that you have to do, and mainly because my students are doing that at the moment at uni. They found those videos in the main extremely helpful, as have many other people, I'm sure. So what else did we do? Well, I did a TDR front wheel. I rebuilt a front wheel, replaced all the spokes, and then it sort of went horribly wrong. Unfortunately, the spokes came from eBay. Yamaha couldn't supply, and we didn't quite know the quality of the spokes. I'd already rebuilt the rear wheel using the same spokes. We bought a full spoke kit. When it came to truing up the front wheel to camera, I snapped a spoke, and you'll see that. I'll put you a little clip in. It was hilarious. Now, obviously, on a motorcycle, if you've got dodgy spokes and they snap whilst you're riding, it's probably going to be pretty terminal. You need those wheels to stay as wheels and not as a pile of bits, especially at speed. And that TDR gets ridden pretty hard by my son. So it was a case of, nah, we're not using these spokes. And we've got a guy in South Auckland, Tom, I believe his name is, who's making up a brand new set of spokes from scratch in full stainless steel. So when they arrive, I'll rebuild the wheel again, and then I'll do the video showing you how to true the wheel. What else have we got? Well, that's pretty much... what did we find with the Wrathful? Well, the problems we found, a quick review of all the faults. We know it needs a new set of valves. We know it needs a new set of piston rings. It was burning oil big time. All the valve guides look pretty good. The bores are good. We'll just give those a hone. Even the oil clearances on the big ends and the mains passed with the original shells, but hey, I'm just going to chuck a new set of shells in for the hell of it while I'm in there. It's not a great expense, and then basically it's back to original spec. All the cams passed, run-out checks on the cams, lobe checks on the cams, they're all good. Obviously new valve stem oil seals going in there. Valve springs, junk, it'll get new valve springs as well. So yeah, there's quite a lot of work involved, and even the block needs a skim. The history of that engine is extremely dubious, and given the fact that the head isn't warped and the block is, gives me an indication that that engine's already been overheated at some point in the past, and it's had a different head fitted. Obviously they didn't bother to check the block when they did the work. Where are we now? Well, Andy Mechanic channel is, I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed how quickly it's growing. 4 weeks ago, we were around about 120, 130 views a day. And I was quite happy with that. Now, we're actually topping 350 views a day. So that's, about a 250% increase on views. And it's you guys to thank for that. So much appreciated. It really does help. You'll notice all the Teng Tools stuff. Yes, Teng Tools is the only and the main sponsor for this channel, and without their help I really couldn't do what I do. I need to have some support, certainly during the first few years of getting this channel off the ground, and their support is invaluable. They are a great team to have on board, and if you watch the previous month review, the first one, the July one, where I was talking about some racking that we're going to put up in the garage, then that's due to arrive hopefully in the next week or so. And on the future videos, workshop videos, you're going to see that racking in the background, and it's top quality gear. I went down to the CRC Speed Show in Auckland a few weeks ago and saw the racking face to face for the first time. Man, it's really good gear. It's expensive, but it's really good. It's not your stuff that you get in your normal sort of Repco or Super Cheap Auto or Mitre 10 shops that we have here. No, it's professional gear that's going to last basically forever. You know, it's good stuff. Little plug there for Tang. So, what am I doing? Well, you know, I work full time as a lecturer, as most of you know, and I'm really busy teaching. We're right in the thick of semester 2. Teaching engines at the moment, as you can probably guess, and then by the end of August we're going to switch across to doing transmissions. So you're going to start to see videos filter through covering automatic transmissions, and I've got a Honda Odyssey auto box that I was given the other week that's lost forward drive, so I want to do a video pulling that apart to do some diagnostics. No, it's not going to go back together again, but it'd be cool to have a look inside and see and try and diagnose what the problems were with that gearbox. You're going to see videos come through on rebuilding differentials, blowing up, setting the actual crown wheel and pinion, tolerances, the backlash, the tooth contact, all that kind of stuff. Pretty technical stuff, to be honest. Drive shafts, prop shafts, replacing UJs, pulling CV joints apart, tripod joints. Oh man, there's so much stuff in transmissions. It's really cool. So you should see you know, some videos covering some of those things. I'm not going to have time to do videos on all aspects of that particular course. What else have we got? Well, what's coming up? What can you expect video-wise to see during August 2016? Well, I've had a few jobs come in already. I'm getting a bit snowed under, to be honest. I've got an MR2, a Toyota MR2 1992, and the top strut mount has got play in it. The front one has the built-in bearing, because obviously the steering, and we're going to pull that strut out, replace that bearing, inspect the strut. I'll show you how to do that properly, do all the checks, and then providing it's okay, we'll put it back in the vehicle with the new top mount. What else have we got? Well, the same vehicle has got a major transmission oil leak. It's a manual gearbox, manual transaxle, obviously rear wheel drive, but the engine's in the back, so it's a transaxle, and I think it's the left-hand output drive shaft has just sprung a major oil leak, so there's going to be some investigation work there. It could be down to just the seal failing, or there might be some additional play or excessive play on the output bearing, the support bearing that supports that output drive shaft, where the tripod joint is. If the bearing's gone, then man, I don't think we can replace the bearing with the gearbox in situ. I think it's going to be a gearbox out, which is an engine out, another Toyota engine and gearbox to take out, and again that has to come out the bottom. I know that, I've done it before. And then it's going to be a full gearbox stripped down to replace that bearing, and I really hope I don't have to do that. That's going to be a monster task in itself, and I would really like to get the Wrathful back together first, otherwise there's parts everywhere. What else have we got? We've got an really old school, not sure on the year, probably about 83, 84, Honda XL 500 that only came into the workshop yesterday. That needs a front wheel rebuild, that's new spokes, but again, I've already done that video, so there's no need to do that one. But it does need steering head bearing replacement, and it's probably going to be an upgrade from ball bearings, the old school style, to taper roller bearings. And most likely it'll be an all balls kit, but I'll just see what I can get first. So there'll be a steering head bearing replacement on an old Honda XL 500, and it's pretty much the same procedure for most bikes. You just got to take more stuff off to get in there on the road bikes. Really exciting. Ben has the TDR 250 that we did, so 1988 TDR 250, the very first ever production supermoto for this world. That was the bike that I did the front wheel spoke replacement on. We're doing a top end rebuild. Yeah, YPVS, parallel twin, 2-stroke. It's a tenacious bike. What happened, very briefly for you, is the power valves that operate on the cylinders that raise and lower the exhaust port, the bushes in those had excessively worn, and that caused, I think it was the right hand piston to make contact with the power valve, which is pretty bad. And that seized the engine up immediately, threw Ben off, he slid off down the driveway. So yeah, damaged the piston, damaged the board, damaged the power valve, pretty major rebuild. It's taken us a year to find the parts to rebuild that engine. They're really hard to get hold of these days. Ben's done a fantastic job sourcing all the bits and pieces, as has Ian our parts guru at Motorcycle Central in Takapuna. Thanks a lot, Ian. We really do appreciate all your help with that. It's been a bit of a nightmare. What else? Well, maybe, just maybe, I'll make a start rebuilding that RAV4 engine. I just don't know yet. I've still got to order all the parts. I've got to price the whole thing up, and I've still got to make a decision as to whether it's going to be a viable repair or not. We'll have to just wait and see. Lastly, the new thumbnails for the videos. I've had some really good response. I had some bad response on the old ones with the same picture for all the videos. I was trying to be different. Obviously, it just didn't work. Hey, we all make mistakes. Now, the thumbnails, after a bit of reworking, each image for the thumbnail is specific to that video, and you've got a little icon that helps you to decide which category that video covers. And I'll do a separate video going through all the different categories and showing you all the symbols and that kind of thing. So there you go. That really is what's up and coming. I've got heaps of work to do. Very, very busy. And well, I hope you continue to enjoy the channel. Please, if you do, spread the word. Subscribe, share, do whatever you need to do. It really does help me to build what I need to build up. Yeah, very, very proud of you guys watching the videos. And feel free to comment. Stick the comments down there. I do respond. As soon as I get a notification through, I'll try and get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Well, that sort of brings this month segment to an end. If you've got any questions or comments on any of the videos, or you've got any suggestions, feel free, add them down the bottom, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Been great to have you on board. Subscriptions are now double what they were 4 weeks ago. So, really, really impressed. Thanks for watching, and hey, keep safe. Over and out.